This is Zero, and today I wanted to talk about law number 26 of the 48 Laws of Power, which says keep your hands clean. Now, it's an interesting thing about this law because, everybody sees this law in action. Maybe they might not catch on to it as much as they want to, but they have seen this law happen at least a few dozen times, or a dozen times. All right, so I'll read the they have like the summary of it. In this law of power, it reads: you must become a paragon of civility and efficiency. Your hands are never soiled by the mistakes and nasty deeds. Maintain such a spotless appearance by using others as scapegoats and cat's paws to disguise your involvement. So yeah, I'm sure there's been probably maybe you have been a scapegoat. Maybe you were the one using scapegoat. Or maybe you've seen it go down. See someone being used or using them. But believe me, everybody's been around this one. And one of the ways that people would try to do this, which I'm gonna read now, like a good way to conceal your mistakes. And I'll read like how why people will conceal their mistakes and have scapegoats around. And it says our good name reputation depends on more than what we conceal than on what we reveal. Everyone who makes mistakes, but those who are truly clever, conceal more than reveal. Everyone makes mistakes, yes. Those who truly reveal, who are truly clever, manage to hide them, and to make sure that someone else is blamed. A convenient scapegoat should always be kept around for such moments. So, if you ever see someone who just seems like they can do no wrong and, just for whatever reason, there's somebody that always is there causing trouble and this person's there to be the peacekeeper. He's always there to be like, oh, okay, well, we're going to keep this thing going. Let's calm down. Let's not do anything bad. Or maybe they come in like they're the hero, call themselves checking the scapegoat or something like that. Those people, they appear to be the ones that are helping everybody, but sometimes they're the ones that actually we're doing the thing that the person was there. They brought the scapegoat there to cause trouble, so they could appear to be the good guy in that situation. So a good example of that, just to show you how the law works. Here's a good short story. Near the 2nd century AD, the great general and imperial minister, I think his name's Cao, emerged as the most powerful man in the country. During the siege of a key city, he miscalculated the timing for the supplies of grain to arrive from the capital. As he waited for the shipment to come in, the army ran low on food, and Cao was forced to order the chief of the commissariat to reduce his rations. Cao's spies soon reported that the men were complaining that he was living well, while they themselves had barely enough to eat. Cao could have had a mutiny on his hands, so he summoned the chief of the commissariat to his tent to ask a favor. I want to ask you to lend me something, and you must not refuse. I think they must, but Cao told the chief, "What is it?" I want the loan of your head to show to the truth," said Cao. But I've done nothing wrong, cried the chief. I know, Cao said with a sigh. But if I do not put you to death, there will be a mutiny. Do not grieve. After you're gone, I'll look after your family. She was beheaded that same day. Seeing his head on public display, the soldiers stopped grumbling. So the interpretation of that is that Sal had two options: apology and excuses, or a scapegoat. Apology and excuses or a scapegoat. Yes. Understanding the workings of power and the importance of appearances, as he did, Sal did not hesitate for a moment. He shopped around for the most convenient head and had it served up immediately. So it's just like you can offer somebody up to cover up your own mistake, especially when they can seem like the one that does it the most. That could be that would make sense for people's heads that this person did this thing that they're complaining about. So I would always suggest that people take a deeper look into certain things. Sometimes it may not always be, things may not always appear what they are. So you always got to be worried about that. You got to be careful about that. So this is all pretty much talks about people who will not own up to their mistakes, and this is why they won't open up to their mistakes. And I've seen this happen with people who are in charge, and people who think they have more power than what they are. And I've seen people do this, and constantly blaming others for something that they did. You may be working with this person, and this person blames you for a mistake that they made because they don't want to be. They don't want to take responsibility for it. Makes a position that he or she feels like this position makes that person, he or she look weak. So this is the main reason why. By apologizing, you open up all sorts of doubts about your about your competence, your intentions, or any other mistakes you may have not confessed. Excuses satisfy no one, and apologies make everyone uncomfortable. No one cares about your excuses. Lead by actions instead. Which it could be if you're just trying to do wrong. Yeah, I guess that could be. That could be. That would definitely probably be a good way if you're, like I said earlier, if you're clever enough. If you're clever enough, you can pull it off. If you're not, just stop. Don't do it. It ain't gonna work. And then like the keys of power just tells you how the use of scapegoats. Scapegoats is the oldest civilization itself, and examples of it can be found in cultures around the world. The main idea behind sacrifices is the shifting of guilt and sin to an outside figure, object, animal, or man, which is then banished or destroyed. The Hebrews used to take a live goat, hence the term scapegoat, upon whose head the priest would lay both hands while confessing the sins of the children of Israel. Having thus had those sins transferred to it, the beast would be led away and abandoned in the wilderness. They freed themselves from guilt by transferring it to an innocent person whose death was intended to satisfy the divine powers and banish the evil from their midst. See, that's so yeah. Then where the term scapegoat comes from. And even when it comes to this, like it's in some cases it's pretty easy to find a scapegoat, and others it's kind of hard. And so when we look at the authority, and then I'm gonna read the reversal, so that we can get a full understanding of how this law works. Authority. Folly does not consist of consists not in committing folly, but in being incapable of concealing it all. Men make mistakes, but the wise conceal the blunders they have made, while the fools make them public reputation. Make them public. Okay. I don't have no peers here. Okay. Reputation depends more on what is hidden than on what is seen. If you can't be good, be careful. Facts. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, let me read the story of because they talk about cat's paws. So yeah, and they tell you like make use of cat's paw. In the fable, the monkey grabs the paw of his friend, the cat, and uses it to fish chestnuts out of fire, thus making the nuts he craves without hurting himself. If there is something unpleasant or unpopular that needs to be done, it is far too risky for you to do the work yourself. You need a cat's paw, someone who does the dirty, dangerous work for you. Cat's paws grab what you need, hurts whom you need, and keeps people from noticing that you are the one responsible. Let someone else be the executioner or the bearer of bad news, while you only bring joy and glad tidings. Yep, I have definitely seen that happen. And I say, hey, like Thor say, if you go do it, you better be good. You better be good at what you do. And then and like all the laws, there's always a reversal. The cat's paw of the scapegoat must be used with extreme caution and delicacy, like they are delicacy. They are like screens that hide your own involvement in dirty work from the public. If at any moment the screen is lifted and you are seen as the manipulator, the puppet master, the whole dynamic turns around. Your hand will be seen everywhere, and you will be blamed for misfortunes you may not have had nothing to do with. If you have to use a cat's paw or a scapegoat in action of great consequence, be very careful. Too much can go wrong, and it is often wiser to use such dupes in more innocent endeavors where mistakes or miscalculations will cause no serious harm. There are moments when it is advantageous to not disguise your involvement or take responsibility, but rather to take blame for yourself for some mistakes. It is the ploy of the king who makes a show of his own sacrifices for the good of the people. So yeah, there is a time where you have to discard that cat's paw to make yourself look like you're a humble person. And I would say, like, with those people who do that, you must be extremely careful when dealing with them, because if they're a person who would use people as scapegoats and use cat's paws, you may end up being a scapegoat of cat's paw, even if you never intended on being that, and it will be unwittingly too most of the time. So if someone asks you to do something that may have you take the blame for it, think twice if that person really is worth doing it for, and if blame does come down, will that person back you up or toss you to the side? So with that, this is Zero. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I always appreciate the support I always get from everybody. Y'all the real MVPs. And I'll end this one now. Holding this Bounce Vibrations, people. And I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.